Ladies and gents, members Beaconsfield, you have joined me here on our lovely 17th hole. Now, mid-November, Thursday morning, pretty cold. I'm out here to talk to you today about the importance of playing with a half set of golf clubs. Now, I've got my bag here. I've got a driver, as you can tell. I've got a 4-iron, a 7-iron, a 9-iron, pitching wedge, sand wedge. Now, playing with a half set has various pros, and not many cons, if any. A, helps us carry, which means we limit the traffic of our trolleys and buggies when playing this course in winter. We know that the green staff struggle with the traffic in and around the greens, hence the blue and white posts. Always good to stick to the outside of those. We don't want any trolleys going through them, knocking them over, or even going onto the green and going round them, because it has happened. Now, playing with a half set, A, it's good for the traffic, helps the greenkeepers, helps keep our course in lovely condition, but B, it's great for our learning as a golfer, being able to manufacture these different shots, being able to hit a club where you wouldn't typically hit it. You know, if you hit a 7-iron 150 yards, but you've got 130, you've got to hit a 7-iron, you need to think a bit, you need to use your brain, you need to think, all right, if I grip down a little bit, maybe if I try and hit a fade, if I've got that kind of shot in the locker. All of these things that will help you manufacture the shot that you have in front of you with the clubs that you have. Now, I'm going to play the 17th hole today, try and make it as realistic as possible. So it's pretty cold. I know that the ball's not going to go far. I picked the driver. Normally, I think in the summer, I would pick a 3-wood. 3-wood's still going to go nice and far. I'm going to get the roll which I require. Now, off the black tees, my aiming point here is always the chimney on the clubhouse in the distance. Through the gap, it's kind of left half of the fairway. I normally hit a fade. So a little fade off of that chimney is the ideal shot. It doesn't always happen. I've been a resident of the driving range numerous times, and searching through a load of tailor-made balls when you're playing a tailor-made ball is not easy. So I look like a lost child wandering onto the range, risking my life, and people trying to hit me. So I've got a driver. I'm just going to try and see if I can peel one off of that chimney. Okay, so I set the club in first. Make sure that that alignment is good. Get the grip, get the feet, bombs away. Just heading over that bunker on the left. Didn't get the fade I needed, but we'll go and find it. So over here, left-hand side of the fairway. Those of you who have played with me before, you know I'm a permanent resident of the left-hand side of the golf course. I have no idea what the right-hand side looks like. I haven't been getting my money's worth for all these years. Now, I've got a long way in. I think I had a bit of tree trouble with this big boy here. I think he's probably knocked my ball out the sky, which is why I'm so far back. Now, I've probably got in the region of 260 to 280 yards. I don't have a club in my bag with the half set that is going to get me there. I'd like to say a 4-iron would go that far, but it absolutely won't. So I've got my 7-iron. I've got a bit of overhanging trouble here. I've just got to keep this one nice and low. With being 260, 280 out, a yardage which I'm comfortable with is from about 100 to 120. So I know how far I've got to hit it. That's the beauty, that's the fun of having a half set, is you can plot your way around rather than what I would normally do if I had my full bag. I'd probably get the 3-iron or my 2-iron out, try and absolutely nuke one down there, probably come up short in the dip and make a 6. Standard Tom Evans golf. Now, I've just missed the path. Down purpose, of course. What I'm going to do, straight down towards the pin. Okay, I know I've got to hit it about 150, 160 yards. Ball just back of centre. Handle, leaning forward, weight forward. Just going to really feel like I'm pivoting real nice, just to keep that shaft lean through impact. Ultimately then keeping the loft down and the trajectory down. Little half swing, nice and solid. If I move well, it'll be a good shot. Hit it good. Lovely. Got a chance at a birdie. Now, it would seem today that technology is actually getting the better of me. I've just recorded a whole video, hit a lovely shot, and my microphone died. So there was no audio, which is lovely. Anyway, take two. I've got 102 yards. It's like Groundhog Day here. 102 yards to a middle pin on 17. Now I've got 50 degree, and this is what I like about using a half set of clubs, is it makes you think about it. Normally from under that tree there, I probably would have tried something ridiculous, like ripping a 2-iron or a 3-iron, trying to get it up there onto the green. Whereas now I've got to plot my way around it. Makes me play this hole a completely different way. It's not often I have a wedge shot from here. I'll normally have a chip shot somewhere up around the green. So I've left myself a nice yardage. I said between 100 to 120, around about that is a nice yardage, one that I enjoy. Now I've got my 50 degree in my hand. Going to grip down at 1.5 inches. This is going to help just take a little bit of that distance off, because I know a full gap wedge for me goes around 130. So I've got to try and saw a bit off of this one. Okay, and I'd always rather hit less loft with a shot like this than trying to smash a sand wedge in there, especially in these conditions when it's so windy. Me throwing the ball up there, it's in nature's hands there. I don't know whether it's going to get knocked about. I don't know what wind is up there. I can only feel what's down here. So I'd always rather try and flight one in a little bit lower just to gain that bit of control, which I don't often have. Okay, so I got it lined up with a tree just left of that pin. As I said, grip down it a little bit. And this is a swing really kind of a bit of a half swing. I know that if I take it back to just below shoulder height and pivot well, I know this ball is going to get out to that 100 yards. Let's have a look. Oh, we hit it good. I think that's short. Oh, front edge. Can I take the first one? Oh dear. So you can't see the first one because I picked it up, but it was about 6 to 8 foot left of that pin. It was a lovely shot. This one I've come up a little bit short. It was a bit wafty, I'll be honest. It wasn't my finest shot. So I've got a putt from about 25 feet, 20 feet. This green forever has eluded me. I know that obviously the obvious breaks are obvious, but this one I don't really know. I think it's going to come a little bit off the right. There's a couple of little hollows in the middle, so I think it's gonna. I think it's not going to break a lot. Okay, so I found my line. Normally I'll pick a little spot about 2 or 3 foot ahead of the ball on these long putts, just so I can think. If I roll it over that, my start line is good. So I've got a little dark patch there. Line it up to that. Get the putter in. One look. Stroke it. Oh. It's a good putt. Look, I'll tap it in for my 5. But when you're going out with your mates, have a little competition. Take a half set. Who can play the best? Get a bit of money on the line. I don't know. Make it fun. But playing with a half set over the winter is really going to benefit you. It's going to add the shots to the locker. And ultimately, it's going to make you think about it a bit more. How often do we see, whether it be us professionals, we see, members playing better in the 4 clubs and a putter competition? Okay, some play the best golf they play all year with 5 clubs. Okay, so if that isn't telling you something, I don't know what will. But give it a go next time you're out. Give us a shout as well if you want to learn more about hitting different shots, adding those shots to your locker. I've helped loads of you already and I want to help more. Okay, let me know. I look forward to seeing you all soon. Take care. Happy golfing.